Hey guys, it's Samantha Bubek. The ad campaign that I'd like to discuss with you today is called Breast Milk Every Ounce Counts. A little bit about the campaign. It has a website, and it's www.breastmilkcounts.com. There's a link in the center right side. It has quite a few tabs that are very beneficial for soon-to-be mothers or current mothers, such as the Breastfeeding 101 tab or the Working Moms tab. About the website, some of the different tabs that are included are benefits to breastfeeding, getting prepared, teamwork, breastfeeding 101, your milk supply, working moms, and self-care, because who doesn't love a good self-care section? And about the campaign itself. It is based out of Austin, Texas, and it goes through the Texas Health and Human Services Commission Women, Infants, Children WIC program. They advertise through many different avenues such as TV, radio, social media, and helpful articles, which are all located on the website. So it's seriously your one-stop shop for anything breastfeeding. I found that the website was trademarked 2009 to 2021, so I assume that the ad campaign began in 2009, and it is definitely still running and current. And on this website, where it says every ounce counts, it reads, breast milk is one of the most important gifts you can give your baby. Breastfeed as much as you can for as long as you can. Every ounce gives baby lasting health benefits. WIC supports breastfeeding as the best way to feed your baby for as long as you and baby want. So they really do support breastfeeding, and that is what they're trying to convey, is that they are here for you, and they want you to breastfeed. So the mission, like as I mentioned before, they want new mothers to breastfeed for as long as they can, and in the most healthy way that they can for both themselves and the baby. On their page, it reads, your one-stop breastfeeding resource. Congratulations on your new baby. Whether you're sure you want to breastfeed or you're still deciding, know that breast milk is one of the most important gifts you can give your growing baby. I wanted to discuss some of the findings. So they interviewed both English-speaking and Spanish-speaking women who had been pregnant and had breastfeeding plans. There was a higher rate of those planning on continuing with breast milk for 6+ months in the English-speaking participants than there was in any other options, such as providing both breast milk and formula, providing only breast milk for 3 to 6 months, providing only breast milk for 1 to 2 months, and then providing only breast milk for 1 month or less. The findings in the Spanish-speaking women were more varied. There was a high percentage of women who wanted to provide only breast milk for the first 6 months with no other food or formula. And then all of the other sections were varied. You can see that in the table to the left. Some more findings to explain. So women in the study explained their reasoning for breastfeeding. One of the reasons was it's better for the baby, their family or societal expectation, So maybe their mother breastfed, and so did her mother, and so it's in the family, and there's a bit of pressure, or society saying it's healthy, you have to do it, anything like that. Another reason was that formula is expensive, and this is something that I've heard before, that breastfeeding is so much more affordable. Why wouldn't you do it? And then another one that I've also heard, these moms were wanting to lose weight through the breastfeeding. So in these findings from 2018 that observed the Every Ounce Counts ad campaign, the mothers had mixed reactions that were expressed, and that was in relation to the American Academy of Pediatrics recommendation, which is to breastfeed exclusively for the first 6 months, and then introduce complementary foods while breastfeeding until at least 12 months of age. Hispanic participants found this to be more realistic than did the other participants. And then I found some information that was pretty beneficial for social marketing. They asked the mothers, when they use the internet for information on breastfeeding, what do they most often use? Which platform? In the English-speaking participants, there was over an 80% rate of finding information on Google, and then about 20% of finding information on Facebook. After that, it dwindled down to below 10% for other, under 10% for I have never used the internet to look for information on breastfeeding, under 10% for Instagram, and essentially 0% for Twitter. And the statistics were quite different in mothers who were Spanish speaking. Google was over 90%, which is an increase from the English speaking. And then after that followed other, which was under 10%, Facebook, which looks about 8%, and then very, very small percentage of I have never used the internet to look for information on breastfeeding, and completely 0% for Twitter and Instagram. So I'm sure you've heard me say many times that these mothers know it is healthy to breastfeed. They want to do what's the most healthy option for their baby. That the Pediatric Association suggests that the 6 months with solely breastfeeding with breast milk, and then adding in the complementary foods along with that for the following 6 months until child is at 12 months. But that still may leave you asking, why breastfeed? Well, the research states breast milk is the best food for infants and small children. It provides real health benefits for baby and mom that last a lifetime. You can find some more information on that at www.breastmilkeveryouncecounts.com. Also, human breast milk is considered the optimum feeding regimen for newborn infants due to its ability to provide complete nutrition and many bioactive health factors. And that's pretty recent that they released that study. That was in 2020, just last year. So what I found very interesting was that 3 in 5 infants are not breastfed within the first hour of life, and that's globally. So that's from the World Health Association, 2020. And I don't know why I assumed that mothers just immediately breastfeed, and that's how it goes. But it's actually just 3 in 5. And the research says breast milk provides better antioxidant power than does formula. Some of the molecules and cells in human milk actively stave off infection, which is very important for a newborn baby who has little to no immune system built up. Some additional claims that weren't necessarily peer-reviewed: breast milk reduces allergies and asthma in newborn babies. Also, babies who are breastfed exclusively for the first 6 months without any formula have fewer ear infections, respiratory illnesses, and bouts of diarrhea, which really does tie back to the research that stated human milk actively staves off infection. And ultimately, it is the mother's choice whether she would like to breastfeed or not, though every ounce counts very much urges mothers to follow the guidelines provided and to try to breastfeed as long and often as they can until it is, no longer healthy for mother and baby. Though, ultimately, mother's decision. Some babies do not latch to the nipple to be able to breastfeed without any other device, which can be very emotional for both mother and baby. So there is the option to pump using a device that pumps your breast milk straight into a bottle for your baby to eat. And then additionally, we have the option of bottle feeding, which I mentioned you can use the breast milk from pumping, but there is no shame in bottle feeding from the formula. All right, so here are my references. I hope that you learned something and enjoyed as much as you could. All right, thank you.